So you opened your Whirlpool refrigerator and noticed water all over your shelves. I'll show you how to diagnose and fix this problem. Stick around. Steelhead Station. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Now, this is a pretty common problem with Whirlpool refrigerators. I know, Whirlpool. We all have that same opinion. But you'll often find water all over your top couple of shelves, and you're wondering what could be possibly going wrong with that. Well, the first clue to diagnose this is, did you recently change your water filter? If you did, that is a big indicator. And the second thing, if you did or did not do it, is to open up your water filter housing compartment, which is located on the top right in most Whirlpool shelves. And if you open this up and water comes out at you, be it a slight amount or a gush, that is the issue. The issue there is either your water filter or the housing itself. So now you've isolated the issue, but how do you determine if it's the filter or the water housing itself? Well, first drop the filter pan back down, and then you're going to find written on there, when you remove the filter, a sticker that says the exact type of filter you'll need for your refrigerator, whether that will be a non-OEM part or a OEM part. If it turns out you have the incorrect filter, well, that's an easy fix. Now, if you have the correct filter, make sure when you open it that the two O-rings that are on the end of the package are still there. If your filter does not have those O-rings on there, what you can do is take the O-rings off of the old filter and place them onto the new filter. And you can see here, there are the two O-rings. In my case, this is an aftermarket one, and it was a 2-pack. The first time I opened the 2-pack, it came with 2 O-rings, but one was kind of messed up, and my wife put it in and it didn't work. Now you see, when you put these back into your housing, there's only one direction it'll go. You line up the markers, push it in, it should sort of click a little bit, and then you're going to turn it to the right, push it in, turn it to the right, and you should feel it kind of snug down. And then you're going to push it back up, and you're going to as you can see here, this was the original one, with the original on it. I replaced the O-rings because with the new aftermarket with the original, and it did not work. Now, if it's not sited correctly, you will not get any water coming out of your refrigerator at all. As this will show you right here, there's no water coming out. When it's seated correctly, the water will flow. And then you're going to check again, and you see here we still had water coming out. And that's when you could again try different O-rings, try reseating it. But if none of those things work, you're on to 2 different issues. And those issues would be the cracked housing that the filter goes into, or the filter itself. Even though if it was an aftermarket, it might not work. So try to remove that. Examine your filter housing again to see if you can see any obvious cracks. If not, you're going to move on to the second, or to the kind of your final kind of diagnosis. If you've tried new O-rings, you've seated it a couple times, and you're still getting water coming out. And that final step is then to just try to find, see here, these are O-rings, and in this case I'll show you the difference between OEM, and they're very similar, but they do have differences. They are slightly different. That's why it can be the O-ring sometimes, and other times it's just the filter itself, which would mean in that case go and get an actual Whirlpool or made for Whirlpool water filter. I think it's Everdrop is now taking it over, and in my case I just took and went to eBay and found a original Whirlpool one, and that was the last straw to see if it worked. I forgot, as you can see here, you can also just bypass the filter altogether, but you need an actual plug in that goes into the filter housing, which Whirlpool sells for some models come with it. But you see here, if you don't have that plug in there, it's just you're gonna get even more water. So if you would like to just bypass a filter, that's your option right there. So you can see here, I went ahead and put the Whirlpool original style filter in. Had water running from there in the door, lifted, no water dripping, checked, and no water coming out. So the issue itself was the filters just were not seating right, and it needed to go with a OEM filter. It's pretty simple. Hope you helps you. Thanks for watching.